I'm Dave Gray, and this week I learned that I can be bought, and I know exactly how much I cost, and it's kind of sad.
Ooh, how much?
How much do you think 2 retro Godzilla vinyl figures cost?
Ooh.
That much. Yeah, that much.
Okay.
It is not a high bar.
I'm Tyler Hosley, and this week I was the one that tried to buy Dave. So yes, that was me.
Hi, I'm Craig, film enjoyer living in England. And what I enjoyed most about the films this week, I like that they really showed like the stark difference between dogs and cats. Because we've got one film where a pack of dogs is kind of believably shown to rob a bank, and then we've got another film where the production is using puppets because they couldn't get a cat. They couldn't get a cat to run across the frame one time. I don't know whether they had a cat. They had a cat on set. There was a cat in it.
There's a cat there, yeah. They
could not get it to go from one side of the frame to the other. So that's the very stark difference between dogs and cats. So I liked our dogs and cats mini special.
So, I told Kevin to fuck off because we got a guest this week. Mystery guest. Please sign in.
Hello, everybody. This is Aaron Christensen, a.k.a. Dr. AC. And Craig, I'm so sorry that you're just now coming to terms with the fact that cats will never do what you want them to do, and that you're always better off with a cat puppet.
Yeah, it's true. My feelings towards cats are the same as Ash's towards the alien in the first Alien film. I admire their purity, but they're not a whole lot of fun.
And to further quote Ash, you have my sympathies.
So, AC, did you watch anything you want to share with us this week?
You know what? It's so delightful to be here with you guys. This has been something I have long dreamed of. So I'm super excited to be sharing cyberspace with you in this regard.
Your energy is, Aaron. I don't mean to be mean to you, but you're sounding very positive. You sound like you have a lot of positive energy. I'm gonna have to I don't know. I'm gonna have to try and get on the same sort. I've never been on that level before for the show, so I'll try.
I want you to balance. Just completely play the opposite. I'm just going to go higher and higher. I want you to go lower and lower.
Well, the discussion has been a few times. Hey, should we invite AC? And it's like, we might break him. It's like, yeah, maybe, maybe.
Yes. So I'm in the middle of a few projects right now. So my films this past week were all kind of project related, but I enjoyed most of them. So, and I have to say, I really enjoyed Tyler's pick for this because that was not on my radar or part of any project I was doing, except for this project. So that was very cool. So again, it was a fun little addition. A friend of mine in Brussels is working on a book. Speaking of dogs and cats, she had a book came out a few years ago called Meow, which is about cats who figure prominently in genre movies. And it's been pretty successful. You can find it on, Amazon or order it through your local bookstore if such a thing is possible for you. And now she's doing a follow-up, which will be a dogsploitation book, which was where my pick came from because I was doing that essay. But I'm also doing an essay on Jack Ketchum's Red that Lucky McKee directed. Came out, I think, 2008. So I was revisiting that one. Have you guys seen that one?
I haven't. I love Brian Cox, but I don't like dead dogs. So I'm kind of, I'm not sure.
The entire plot is dependent on the fact that, yes, there's a dog that dies.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It wasn't for I don't think we've covered it on the podcast yet. I think that's one that's been on.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's probably a one-time watch because of the subject matter. The dog thing bothers the hell out of me, but it is really good, and Brian Cox is amazing in it. So yeah.
I'd only seen it the one time, and I remember liking it, which is why I picked it to cover for the book. But yeah, it's very intense. I find that I'm looking at everything through a political lens these days. So it's like whenever I see bullies or people who just do shitty things, I'm like, okay, here we are. This is exactly the world we're living in right now. So yeah, it spoke to me in a different way than it did in, say, 2008.
Yeah.
But I do recommend it, and I actually just picked up the Ketchum novel from the library to read now, because I'm kind of like, you know what, I'd like to see what the source material is like. But yeah, enjoyed that quite a bit. I'm also, this is the 40th anniversary for both Day of the Dead, Romero's film, and Fright Night. So I've immersed myself in Fright Night sequels and remakes, and going back to the original. Day of the Dead has not been as successful because any of the remakes and sequels have been really, really dire, and I've deliberately avoided them until now. So I'm paying for that.
I like Day of the Dead, but I don't trust anyone who says it's their favourite of a trilogy. I just don't trust them. Quentin Tarantino said it's his favourite, and that says a lot, because he has terrible taste in many things.
I took my niece to meet the surviving cast of Fright Night at a con earlier this year. I think she might have fallen in love with Amanda Beers, which might be an issue later in my life.
I don't know who can't. We all fell in love with Amanda Beers.
She's fantastic, but like she became buddies with her. She'd run up to her table to tell her how she was doing. We had to go to New York because like an idiot, I double booked the weekend, and when we did the con Friday and Sunday, and when we got back on Sunday, she waited at her table to break down every moment of the play we'd seen in New York the day before. Like,
that's wonderful.
Yeah, it was the sweetest interaction ever, and I don't know. I guess if I ever run into her again, I got to bake her like a cake or something as a thank you. It was adorable.
I had forgotten.
Was Chris Sarandon there?
He is, right? He was Chris Sarandon. He was there, right?
Yeah, but he was only there for the day we weren't there. So,
did he look as bored as he usually looks?
From the photos I saw, but he wasn't there the day we were there. We did get a photo with oh crap, who did we get the photo with?
Stephen Jeffries?
Yeah, Jeffries, Ragsdale, and Bierce.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
Brewster crew.
Yeah, it was good.
Sarandon's my favourite screen vampire of all time.
Is that right?
I absolutely love him. I absolutely love him. I'm sad to hear that he's a misery, because I'm a big fan.
He's up there, but you got the vampires from Near Dark, man. I mean,
yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know. There's just something special about Sarandon.
I watched. There's a nice little documentary called "You're So Cool, Brewster," and they were talking about like what makeup was like in the mid '80s, like Steve Johnson and Randall William Cook, like the stuff when you think about sitting in a makeup chair for 8 hours, just like. And this is days before phones or movies. You're just sitting there while they paint you, and the contact lenses were actual glass that they would just shove in your eyes, and you could keep them in there for like 5 minutes before you started to go blind. I just think about like what we all love practical effects, but I don't think we fully appreciated what people were going through to give us practical effects.
No, not even a little.
People always talk about Robert Englund, saying, "Please, can we have one more Robert Englund Freddy?" And I'm like, the man is like 80-something years old.
Yeah, the makeup would probably kill him.
He does not want to be covered in that shit anymore.
Nope. Nor should
let the man brave.
Exactly.
Nope.
Although he still does get in he puts on some kind of appliances.
Yeah, he's got a
photo ops at the cons.
Yeah, he's got a really nice pullover type mask.
But but anyway, yeah. And what are your guys' feelings about the Fright Night remake with Colin Farrell?
I don't love it, but I appreciate some of. I think my problem with it is I don't like the update to
Vegas.
Yeah, Yeah, that and the Chris Angel style magician, it just doesn't
Yeah.
land as hard.
David Tennant, yeah.
Yeah, like I like Tennant, but it doesn't work for me. Like make him an author or something appropriately nerdy, not whatever the fuck that is.
I liked it. I really liked Colin Farrell in it. I thought he did a really, really good job. I liked Tony Collette. I liked what was his name? The one that passed. Anton Yelchin. He
Anton
was really
Yelchin,
good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
dug
love
it. I
Kaidan
haven't
Nobori
seen
Ryū.
it. I haven't seen it in a while. I think I only saw it once on DVD. After I saw it in the theater, but I saw it on DVD when it came out. But I haven't seen it in years. I probably have to rewatch that one. But yeah, I liked it.
I'd completely forgotten it was in 3D until like everything starts flying at the screen. I'm like, oh, this was during the boom, the 3D boom.
Yeah. I do like the cameo from the original vampire in it though. That's a good scene.
Yeah, when Chris Sarandon shows up
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was another one that, like you, Tyler. I hadn't seen it since it came out, and I went back, but I remember liking it well enough, and I went back and yeah, I think there's some really solid performances all the way around. I think it's a little kind of in keeping with the Chris Angel. There's a little slickness to it that I didn't love, but overall, I was pretty pleased. What are your guys' thoughts about Fright Night Part 2, the 88 one?
Contractual
Haven't seen it.
obligations can suck. It's better
say
than
you had-
the
Craig, you haven't seen it?
I have not seen it. No, it's been quite hard to get hold of over the years. It's probably a lot easier now, but yeah, I struggled to get hold of it.
Yeah,
I've
that's
seen
probably
it,
true.
but I don't really remember much of it. I think I have the VHS sitting here, but I haven't seen that in years.
it got a really cheap disc release over here. You might be able to find it if you look on. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm emailing my local indie bookstore about Meow, Cats and Horror, Sci-Fi and Fantasy.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, no, it got a pretty good size print run that didn't sell forever, so copies of it still pop up if you look.
It's one of those where I think Julie Carmen as the main vampire, she's basically Jerry Dandris's sister. But like everything to do with her is great. And then she has these three wacky henchmen, these three wacky vampire henchmen who I'm kind of like, who sat at the table and went, you know what the vampire needs? That one thing that was missing from Fright Night is three wacky henchmen, because they feel like they're in from a completely different movie and not a movie I necessarily wanted to see.
Yeah, I agree with that. I haven't watched it in a while, but I did watch it, I think maybe 2 years back, and
Yeah.
I agree. It's better than the sequel to the remake, though.
That's I've heard it's basically just the movie all over again, just with a
It-
female vampire.
Yeah, pretty much, but just not. It's just much worse done, and I
And not good.
like. Yeah, I like the woman that plays the vampire in it. Oh, I'm totally brain farting on her name.
She's in season 2 of Dexter. I can't
Yeah.
remember her name either.
That's called the New Blood, right?
Yeah, it's Jamie Murray. I knew I'd remember it. She is gorgeous. Even the character in that one, even her name is Jerry Dandridge again.
Right.
Like
Just
it is.
It's
It
the
is
same movie.
identical.
It's the same exact movie. It's just a remake. I think it's in London or something. But it's the same movie. It's
Yeah.
got Evil Ed. It's just reversed gender for Jerry.
For the vampire. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not really a sequel.
No,
it's another
It's a
remake.
weird one. Yeah, it's a really weird one. But yeah, it is called New Blood, I think.
And then, what are your guys' thoughts on? I got Craig's thoughts. What are your guys' thoughts about Day of the Dead, the Romero?
I don't like Day of the Dead, and I hate to
Okay.
say it because I love Dawn. I love Night. I even enjoy. Oh crap! What was the one before the reboot?
Land.
Land. I even enjoy Land for in ways. There's just something I just like the cast choices and the acting just kind of leave me.
All right.
I mean, I do really like it. I just can't abide I can't see how anyone can prefer it to Dawn of the Dead and Night of the Living Dead. It
No
just
sense
does
to
not
me,
make any
no.
sense to me.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree with that.
I'm gonna come in here then because I like Day better than
You-
Dawn.
you-
Dude,
You're a sick man, T.
You've never
Okay.
made any sense to me, Tyler.
Fuck is wrong with you, man?
now let me just say that
I
I do not like the comedy in Dawn of the Dead. I never did. I don't like the pie stuff. I just for some reason that does not work for me. So I do like Dawn of the Dead though. Cast is great. Ken Foree's amazing, but I love Day of the Dead. The gore in that movie is just incredible.
Yeah.
I am so sad they're going to tear down the mall from Dawn to make a fucking Walmart.
Is that right? Is that its fate?
Yeah, that's its fate. It was bought by Walmart. Walmart wants to tear it down. I think
man.
they're working on doing some changes to the zoning, so it's been delayed a little while, but it's on borrowed time.
I just revisited Night of the Living Dead, and I just that's my favorite of the three.
Oh, same, easily.
But I would say that on any given day, I might go with Day of the Dead over Dawn of the Dead as well, and that's only because I think because of my zombie fatigue at this point, I don't mind not seeing the zombies much. I mean, because I feel like we're just kind of living down in this bunker, trying to get away from not just zombies, but all the zombie movies as well. And so I'm kind of like, yeah, this feels right to me. And I like just how dire it is, and that it's still like everybody. The fact that that the humans are always going to be their own worst enemies, not really the zombies at all. And I feel like that's really front and center in that movie.
I think my problem is I can't buy no one would have suffocated Captain Rhodes in his sleep months before the movie starts. The dude is just so ridiculous.
And yet there are so many I won't even but there's certain political beings who are wandering around right now that I can't believe nobody has suffocated in
That's
their
only
sleep.
because we're in like a normal time. If I am in a fucking bunker with the dead walking around up top, I'm suffocating them. Full stop.
Okay,
You ain't stopping me. We'll all wake up and they'll be like, "What the fuck happened?" I'll be like, "I don't know, but I slept fucking great. How about you guys?" I mean, come the fuck on. There's lines.
So basically what you're saying is we have to wait till it gets that bad before people start getting suffocated.
That's pretty much, yeah. I mean, I've got a high tolerance. But once we're there, pillows. Pillows everywhere.
I'm sorry we have to wait, but I'll wait.
Dave, why do we pull up in a Bed Bath and Beyond? Just
Dave.
Don't worry.
I just don't see you as a suffocator. I see you as a bludgeoner.
Well, that's earlier. You know, I mean, I'd probably bludgeon Rhodes long before we got in the bunker. I'd probably bludgeon him the first night. Oh, the dead's walking? Okay, where's a wrench? I don't know what happened.
And then if I can offer one last film, I did see the Toxic Avenger reboot that came out in theaters. And
I'm so jealous. Don't spoil me.
Oh,
I'm so jealous. I had tickets. Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I don't want to say much because I'm sure most people haven't seen it yet. But I think it has its heart in the right place. There are times I wish it had a little less money, to be honest. I wish it had relied a little bit more on some lo-fi tech as opposed to being quite as flashy as it could be in this day and age. I know that's maybe what the kids wanted, but for me, I was kind of like, no, they do really well when they stick with the lo-fi approach. And I think Peter Dinklage is terrific, and the woman who's playing Toxie is fantastic with Peter Dinklage's voice coming out of her face. It's awesome.
I was so hyped for that movie. I even had tickets to go see it because the local theaters, the only people that were playing it was the theater I can't go to.
Yeah.
For reasons. So I was going to go to the nearest Alamo, but they only showed it one night, and that ended up being the night a friend of mine flew in from the UK to visit their ailing parent. They're like, "You got to pick me up from the airport," and I was like, "You son of a bitch!"
So
I can't say no to that.
You know what? So it's released by Cineverse, and I understand that it's being released unrated. But weren't the Terrifier movies unrated as well?
Yeah.
So why
Yeah.
why are all the Toxie screenings being relegated to like super late night when I feel like Terrifier just played at like regular times?
Because Terrifier also had they had another company involved for the second one, which made a ton of money.
Oh,
And
okay.
then when the third one, they released the third one by themselves because you got Cineverse is huge. They're like the biggest
Yeah,
studio for streaming. They're huge.
right.
So when Terrifier 3 released, they're like, well, we don't need you anymore. We'll do it ourselves. And all the theaters were like, oh, we made so much fucking money last time.
Right.
Yes,
We
please.
will play it in the middle of the day. Okay. Because
But
I was like,
then
why is Toxie like playing at like 12 o'clock and 10 o'clock? And I'm like, I
because
can't stay up that late.
in came the weird little short person mutant movie, and they went, no. It's like, but there's a musical. If there's already a musical, you need a noon showing. You have to have a fucking matinee. That's the
Well,
rule.
yeah. Anyway, I was bummed out, but I'm glad I finally did get to see it. But that's why it took me as long as it did. And that's it. I'm done.
It's me, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Not a lot. Not a week. Only watched a couple of things. I watched. Here we go. I've tried to write these phonetically so I don't fuck them up. I watched Kazuhiko Hasegawa's 1979 existential black comedy thriller, The Man Who Stole the Sun.
Oh, I love
Japanese,
that one. That is
comedy thriller.
such a
Yeah.
good one.
Man Who Stole the Sun. Yeah, it's great. I'll do a teeny little synopsis. A high school teacher builds an atom bomb just because he can. And then when asked for his demands, realises that he's really not sure what it is that he wants. So that's the crux of it. A man who can demand anything doesn't really know what he wants from life, which I just found very, very relatable. It's it's great. It asks questions about the nature of power, who should wield it, what its limitations should be. But it's that main like philosophical bent that grabbed me. That main question, like, what is it that you want? I found it really fascinating. It's got a really good cast. Pop star Kenji Sawada in the lead. He's great. Legendary Japanese badass Bunta Sugawara. Jesus Christ. Bunta Sugawara. Let's go with that. He's great. He plays the detective who's on the lead's tail. And Kamiko Ikigami, who was in House. She's a kind of love interest, kind of for the protagonist. They're all really good. It's very, very tense. Like the first maybe 45 minutes to an hour is the building of the bomb, and it's indescribably tense at points. And beyond that, it's a kind of a crazy film. It's very funny. It's very sweet. It's a very, very angry film. The director he's kind of spinning plates, like tonal plates, so many at once. There's barely a wobble. It all kind of it all connects. It's a really, really impressive feat. And the score, like I recommend this film, and I don't want to go into it too much because I will make us all watch it in January. But the score, and I'll remind you of the title, The Man Who Stole the Sun. I would ask each one of you when you leave this conversation, because you're in America and it's still early, you can please go onto YouTube, find score, and listen to the first couple of tracks, because it's an absolute stunner. It's like a 10 out of 10 score. It's a really interesting movie, and one we will watch in January. And one more, I watched 2025 black comedy thriller Crumb Catcher.
Oh, yes.
Has Aaron seen?
I have seen. Yes. Carry on.
Oh, nice. A pair of newlyweds have their honeymoon interrupted by a knock on the door that kind of plunges them into the product pitch from hell. I liked that a lot. I read a couple of reviews, and a couple of them had the same little descriptor. They called it Tim Robertson-esque discomfort, and that's all the shorthand I need. I'm like, okay, I'm watching. And yeah, it was exactly what I wanted it to be. It's tense, and it's funny, and it's absurd, and it's just deeply, deeply uncomfortable. Like from the first 10 minutes, it just gets under your skin, and it is just, if you have even like an ounce of social anxiety. But the antagonist in this film, played by John Spierdakos, he's going to have you like begging for mercy. You're going to be begging your television to make this man stop, because he is the relentless, terrible salesmanship is really hard to watch. But I was surprised by how emotional at the end, desperate the characters get, the more clearful and kind of true everyone's motivations become. And it become. I just became a lot more emotionally invested. I figured I would first. It's a good one. It's like a funny, horrifying commentary on. There's stuff there about the American dream, I think, what it means to different people, racially, generationally, how far you'll chase, how much of yourself and your soul you give up in the process of, chasing it. It's well worth a look. Do you like it, Aaron?
I did. Larry Fessenden, who produced it, and Rico Garay, who was the star, they both came to Chicago for a screening. And Jessalyn Abbott, who was one of the producers, they were all there, and so we got to see the movie with them in the audience. And I agree. I just think it's like Chris Scotch-Doppel, I think, is the director, and it's such an assured movie. Like, it's just really well done. It's clearly done on a budget, but really confidently shot, and
really strong camera work. Yeah.
As you said, Chris, like, I think it really tests the audience in terms of what you're willing to tolerate, and you can immediately put yourself in everybody's shoes and go, what would I do in that situation? I really dug it. I'm glad to hear it's making the rounds.
Yeah, it's popped up on the Arrow streaming channel. I think Arrow putting out a Blu-ray here. If anyone check that out. The what was the lead actor's name again? Who was at your screening?
Rigo Garay. He actually, I immediately snatched him up, and I've had him on a couple of panels already. He was just on the Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer panel on the Horror 101 channel. But yeah, he's delightful. He's just a really solid dude, and I think he's great in that movie.
I thought maybe he might be Raul Julia's love child, because there are points where the physical similarity is it's quite something. He was true. Really good. The whole cast were great. So that's the recommend for that one. But that's all I've watched this week.
I watched Clown in a Cornfield. I enjoyed that one. The cast was solid. I really like the cast in this. It has some decent kills too. I could see the ending coming from 40 miles away, but it's a fun little slasher. I enjoyed that one. And I followed that up with, I finally got to see Highest to Lowest, the new Spike Lee remake of the Kurosawa film. I have not seen the original. I know for shame, blasphemy. But I loved Spike's take a lot. I think the cast is great. Denzel is amazing, but seriously, I mean, when is Denzel not amazing? He's amazing in this, though. A$AP Rocky is also really good. I didn't expect him to be such a good actor, but he's actually really good in this. And Dean Winters has a small little role, too. I always like Dean Winters. When he's not doing the insurance commercials or whatever he's doing. But he had a really good role in Rescue Me. I don't know if you guys ever watched that show, but he's really, really good as what's his name? Dennis Leary's brother in that. Just really good.
No, I try not to watch anything with Dennis Leary for my health.
I can get that, but Dennis Leary's really good in Rescue Me, but I get it. But yeah, the movie's wonderfully shot.
We watch The Ref every Christmas, so there's a lot of Dennis Leary.
The Ref is okay, but Dennis Leary's whole shtick is, thank God funnier comics died so I could steal their shit. Yay, mediocrity. I just pumped my fist in the air. You couldn't see that, but yay.
There's Dave bringing it back down. He's keeping us at a level, you see. He's keeping us.
Y'all got in with the infectious optimism. It's like, no, fuck y'all. Bam! Fuck down.
I'll bring it back up. Dennis Leary is great in Rescue Me. God damn it, he's really good in that. but Highest to Lows, it's wonderfully shot. Like, gorgeous. Soundtrack is really good. The whole thing feels like just Spike's big giant love letter to New York City, which a lot of his stuff actually is. But it's really good. Just the cityscapes of New York. Just every shot is just amazing. But yeah, it's great stuff. I'm an easy mark for Spike's work, though. I really love Spike Lee, but I can't recommend this one enough. I think it's really, really good. And like, if you like Spike Lee at all, I highly recommend it. But yeah, that was me. I had a pretty short week.
All right.
Had you read the Clown in a Cornfield novel?
I didn't, and I kind of want to now because I've heard it's actually fairly accurate to the
There's
movie.
like 4 now, aren't there?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
series just does not end.
I also had read. I watched Clown in a Cornfield, and I remember people talking about what a beloved YA novel it was. And I'm like, wait, there's a slasher movie that's a YA novel.
Yeah.
So I went and checked it out. I would say that I like and this may not be any great revelation, but I think the book is even better than the movie, just because I found the characters in the film just a little kind of aggressive and abrasive, and I was like, "Am I just old? Is this what's
Yes,
what's
but
happening?" I was gonna say yes, and in the book they are all a little more accessible, a little more likable, and there's a few kind of twists and turns that they didn't put in the movie, and I'm kind of like I'm not quite sure why they didn't include them. But I highly recommend reading the book. I've only read the first one, but I really liked it, and I think it's a nice companion piece to the film.
Is it like now? Are the books like young adults, like Goosebumps? Or are we talking more like
no,
No, well, this is
little?
the
more
thing. Like,
like
they're swearing and they're talking about
Okay.
tits and ass, and I'm like, wow, okay, YA is
yeah.
different now.
Well,
Yeah. I was
why
gonna say, 'cause-
YA's become a much bigger umbrella
I was
since
gonna say, because
because
the movie's got some pretty gnarly deaths, like chainsaw and
well,
gut,
yes.
and yeah.
Yep.
well
All that
after
is in there.
after the Bigot Wizard, they decided that YA they'd put everything under YA. So YA is very stuffed with things that
Yeah.
like 20 years ago, 10 years ago would never have been called YA, but because people kept buying YA, they just expanded it. There's stuff I've seen kids like because I know children and I'm around them and I'll pick up a book one of them's reading. I go, holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. I was surprised. I can't say I've read any YA books recently. So this is my first one in maybe like 20, 30 years. And I was like, wow, okay, that little junior's growing up quickly.
Yeah, they have really expanded like it's a much more all-consuming genre than it used to be. It's
Mm.
much wider. Because yeah, again, there was a time where that never been
Yeah, to answer
YA.
your question, Tyler, like they're pretty graphic in the novel in terms of like the deaths and things like that. And you're like, wow, okay.
I also checked that out. I wanted to, after I saw the movie, I'm like, I like the movie enough. I might read the novel. So yeah, I might check
Yeah.
this one out.
Well, the best thing is that you're going to have to go into the kids section to check it out.
Yeah.
Only got 2 people book shaming us this week. God damn it.
Nobody's book shaming you. But nobody will blink an eye at Tyler saying in the YA section. They won't even see him over the shelf.
I was gonna say, I'd fit right in.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. I had a bit longer of a week. I'm gonna go through some of them quick. I saw Luc Besson's Dracula, a love tale. It's a love tale. It's a English language French Gothic horror film. So here's a question, guys. Did you like Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula?
I do.
Most of it.
Have complicated feelings.
Yeah, me too. Did you ever think, hey, I want to watch that again, but cheaper?
Can't say I've
No.
had that thought.
Well, that's the Besson movie. To be fair, I'm actually going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say something really, really iffy. That I actually really liked Caleb Landry Jones's Dracula and Christoph Waltz in it. They both did their best with it. It's not a good movie by any stretch, but they both really did some heavy lifting and make it watchable. At least it's got some nice photography in it, but it is literally just it's Coppola's movie again, like almost exactly Coppola's movie again. It's
I'm taking it that Christoph Waltz is the Van Helsing character.
yeah. Well, they call him Priest, so he's actually a few characters kind of stuffed together.
Because it's cheap.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's Priest.
Got a budget to work with here, guys. You get 5 characters in one. Go.
Yeah, they do some stuff where okay, I accept it, but like if you've seen the other one, they're just there's no reason to watch it. It's fine. I watched Popeye the Slayer Man. It is not fine. I should have saved this for October, but I was tired and I went, "Oh, this might be fun," and it wasn't. Like it nodded at the goofy mechanics of Popeye lore, and if it really embraced that, it could have been fun, but it was just hokey and there. It's not the worst I've seen. It was better than the sequel to the Winnie the Pooh slasher. I might need to talk to a therapist about how much shit I watch.
What a time to be alive, eh?
Yeah, I showed a small child Psycho Gorman. They adored it. I adore it. I think it's an absolute blast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about hunky boys. Too
I like Astron 6. Father's Day is still my favourite from them. I absolutely love that movie.
Father's Day.
I don't think anything's reached that apex yet, but I like the stuff.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I really like Frankie Frico also. I've enjoyed all their stuff.
Manball's a treat as well.
Except,
Yes, agreed.
Leprechaun Returns.
What? That's the best Leprechaun movie. What are you talking about?
Is it?
Yep.
Is it? I mean, Leprechaun in the Hood is a better. I'm sorry, Leprechaun in the Hood. I have to disagree.
Yes.
I got to. I'm sorry. And I finished it up with, okay, we're going to have spoilers because I know everybody's going to want to talk about this one. I finally saw Weapons. So you've been warned. I really liked a lot of Weapons. I didn't love it. I feel, again, spoiler as fuck right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1. The witch reveal. After that, I just kind of lost. It's fine after that, but I really liked what was leading up to it. I thought they could have had a really fun, interesting movie with some things to say, and then it's just like, here's a life energy stealing witch, and I was like, oh, that's fine. It's just, I don't know. I just felt like it kind of undercut everything that was before it.
It's kind of so obviously that, though, and I didn't know until I saw her, and I was like, of course this is, a Grimm's fairy tale, like a modern fairy tale.
I agree with that. I do agree with that, thinking about it. But I don't know. And maybe now, I know I should just treat the movie as what it is and not my own things. But I guess I'm just at this point where it's like, I'm just kind of tired of movies not finishing. Like, they make eyes at having something to say, and then they're just like, well, or not. And it's like, okay. It feels like I've been teased too much, and I can no longer, I've been teased too much. I just need the hardcore finisher, and I never get it.
See, for me, Madigan was the strongest part of the film. I loved her. The way she goes from chilling to funny and back again, just on a dime. She was so fucking good.
Was that Aaron?
I was just gonna say, I feel like, did you like Barbarian?
I liked Weapons more than Barbarian, because Barbarian, I had the same issue where it's like, oh, maybe oh, that's what it is. Okay. It's fine.
I like it playing with the time and backing up and, giving us different viewpoints and different leading into scenes that we know what's coming. I felt like this, I think I enjoyed the storytelling more than the story, if that makes sense.
No, and I totally agree.
Like, I feel like the way that it was unraveling for me, I was like, this is great. I think you're right. Like, at the end of the day, you're kind of like, oh, that's all it is. But, there's enough of a flourish in terms of the storytelling. And also, like, there are just some, I walked out of that movie similar to you, Dave, just kind of like going, yeah, I liked it. I didn't love it. And when I looked back on the movie, like, there's some scenes in there that are really top notch. Like, I'm just going to say the word scissors. Like, when the scissors scenes happen, like, from start to finish, from the doorway all the way to the car, I was like, wow, that was great.
Yeah, no, and I'll agree with that. And I agree with Craig too. I think Madigan's fantastic.
Yeah.
But again, and it's a me thing. I just kind of feel let down with another movie that just kind of does what it does, if that makes sense.
Stephanie was really looking forward to it, and it kind of annoyed her because it's not that she didn't want a horror comedy. She just felt she didn't. She's been reading the stuff as Zach Kreger has been saying about the film, and I think he's disappointed her more than anything. You know the dream that Josh Brolin has with the giant, like, was it an AR-15 in the sky?
Yeah,
she was like, that's such a great image. I wonder what it is. And then she read an interview with him, and he said, "Yeah, I just put it there because it looked cool." it's just a random image, kind of haunting, and he didn't really have a reason behind it. Maybe this film is not particularly deep.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's my problem. Like, that's exactly my problem too. Where it's like I expected there to be more, and it sets up like there's going to be more, and then that's what we get, and that's fine. Don't get me wrong. I think that's great, but I'm still a little disappointed. I did like that they used "Beware the Darkness" by George Harrison in the opening, though. I mean, that was fantastic.
Tyler, have you seen it?
I have. I thought it was really good. Like I loved Barbarian though. Barbarian's still my favorite. I fucking loved Barbarian dearly. Something about that movie just connected with me. But I really loved Weapons as well. I like how the first act is almost like Zach Kreger's take on Prisoners, the Denis Villeneuve movie. It kind of feels like his version of that, and I love the ending. We're doing spoilers now, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I said it. I told
So
people.
spoilers. But yeah, the final scene of the kids just chasing her breaking through the glass. It was hysterical. Like, I was cracking up. It was amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and again, I don't disagree with any of that. It's it's just I guess AC gets what I'm saying. It's just I don't know.
No, but isn't that funny, Dave? That you're like going, yeah, I like that, and I like that, and I like that, and yet I'm still disappointed. I totally know what you mean because I'm kind of like. I'm like, why don't I just feel like that was amazing? Instead, I liked it, didn't love it. And I'm like, interesting. I don't really have any faults. I can't really point to anything that I don't like about it. It's just, and I mean, the gore, that scene in the kitchen with the couple, I was like, wow, that's intense. So it's like, it's got all the things that I would want in a movie.
Yeah, there's just something off, and I don't know what it is.
Do you think hype affected it? Do you think?
No, because I have, me, I avoid hype.
Yeah, you don't tend to be interested. No,
totally avoid. I'll watch a trailer once, and I'm like, I'm done now, and I'm either interested or I'm not. And that's I'll probably watch it anyway because I don't sleep, and I have to do something from the hours of 1 a.m. to 6, before I go on a run. So I watch movies.
Yeah.
So what are the odds you guys think of Kreger becoming Tyler's second favorite horror director after Resident Evil comes out?
Ooh, I'm excited for that one. I am excited for that one.
And will he will he go above Rob Zombie or just below?
No. That'll never happen. That'll never happen.
You were about to say, would he top Rob Zombie? And that was putting all sorts of images into Tyler's head.
100% would top Rob Zombie.
I'm currently in a room recording surrounded by Rob Zombie memorabilia, so that'll never happen. But I will top.
You could have another room of Kreger memorabilia. Think of all the Whitest Kids You Know scripts you could probably get really cheap on eBay right now if you take a look.
I do own multiple copies of Miss March, so I guess maybe.
See, it's getting there. It's already started.
See, and that was another thing that I had never seen any of the Whitest Kids You Know stuff. And I was texting with a friend, and he sent me a few like YouTube videos. I'm like, oh, these guys, okay, they made Barbarian. All right.
I think one of the saddest things is I wasn't able to use their Hitler rap before we got our theme song finally. I delayed for 6 years, and I'll always regret not pulling that trigger. This week, we saw the 1972, I guess we'll call it dogsploitation heist film, The Doberman Gang, and the 1970 Japanese Ero Goyo Yakuza film, Blind Woman's Curse. Hey, Craig.
Yes.
Would you like to pick a movie and tell us about it?
Sure, I'll go with the Doberman Gang, the dogsploitation epic, the Doberman Gang. I've got to do a synopsis, haven't I? Okay, I'm going to steal one from IMDb then, because I keep forgetting to do this. A clever con artist and trainer team up, teach Doberman pinchers how to rob banks. Because, of course they do. I was going to say I like two things. I like lots of things, but these are just two things that I like. I like films where people make plans. I love it. If I have first act putting the crew together, second act putting the plan together and practicing, and three executing the plan. I love that shit. It doesn't even have to be a heist or a bank robbery. I just love to watch people plan stuff to the point where I kind of even need them to get away with it, even if they're doing something invested in, the plan. So I love plan films, and I love dogs. I love dogs, and these dogs were the goodest, the best boys or girls. I didn't check. Girls or boys? I don't know. But yeah, I like plan films. I like dogs, so this was always going to be a winner. There was other stuff I liked. I kind of liked the cast. They're kind of. It's a real kind of game of Guess Who looking, no star power cast of nobodies, which doesn't sound like a compliment, but it very much suits these characters. Just a bunch of guys who had between softcore sex comedies, exploitation movies. They just kind of fit the parts like a glove. The only one I'd seen before is Jojo D'Amore. He is the star. He's the star of 3 movies, Ages Pile, and he only ever made 16 movies. So that's pretty impressive stuff. I really like the soundtrack as well. Kind of wild. It alternates between very, very silly, say what you like, jug band kind of nonsense with that dude sang "Arf Mad." It's kind of very alternates between very, very silly music, and then it hits you with some of the most. I can only describe it as irresponsibly funky shit. No music should be there are blaxploitation films where their soundtracks do not reach the funkiness level of the soundtrack of this film. I don't know who was in charge. They went fucking hard at points. So yeah, I kind of like the cast. I like the soundtrack, but it's all about the dogs. The budget for this film was $500,000, and I have to assume the treat budget was about $400,000 just to get these dogs to do these things. They were absolutely wonderful. Every second the dogs were front and center, I was so filled with joy, especially during that third act heist. It made me so happy, and I literally punched the air when the bulldog J. Edgar cleared the jump. I found myself foolishly invested in this, and I can't even get my dogs to shut up 90 minutes watch this film. Better dogs. So it was just nice to spend time in the company of good dogs. Not that I don't love my dogs, but they're arseholes, and these dogs are wonderful. I think I don't really have any issues. I think the pace maybe for a short film, for a less than 90-minute film, the pace still dips a tiny bit in the second act. But when you're building to a conclusion, this fucking joyous. Actually, I said when you're building to a climax, it's joyous. I wrote that in my notes earlier. Don't say that. So when you're building to a joyous, you can forgive slight dips in the pacing, or a slight minorly kind of amateurish cast, or just a slightly cheap look to it. It's all very easily forgiven, because that it's just joyous. That last shot of this film, a thing of absolute beauty. I loved it. Partly my love for dogs, partly my love for plan films, but it was the vibes was just too good. And you know what? As cheery as it was, it had a little, which I appreciated. So I had a really, And I did an unexpectedly good time with the Doberman gang. So thank you very much, Aaron. I really enjoyed it.
I'm so happy.
Good. Tyler.
I went into this totally blind. I didn't watch a trailer, nothing. I really thought before pushing play I was getting like a killer dog movie or something like, The Breed or The Pack or Man's Best Friend. And it wasn't that at all, which is totally fine with me. I can rewatch the most vile shit over and over again. Dave and Craig can attest to that. But I don't like watching dogs harmed on screen. So I tend not to watch like the Cujo style movies very often. I've seen them, but I just don't watch them very often. This is not that though. I actually really dug this one. It's a little cheesy and the plot is just straight up goofy. But the dogs are by far the best actors in the movie. I mean, those Dobermans were just fucking amazing. I love them. I love them all. It's got like this weird like warmth to it too, which again I wasn't expecting at all going into. I think this was like G-rated, right? This was a G-rated movie. Like that's mind-blowing that this was G-rated. But at the same time, there is some like darker shit in there that normally wouldn't fly in like a normal G-rated family flick, which I liked. I mean, visually, when you go into this, it looks like you're walking into a straight up 70s exploitation film. Like at first glance, this feels like a fucking Last House on the Left style exploitation flick. It's not, but I love that that's what it looks like visually. I just
Oh, the
love
cast absolutely looked just about to raping the dogs,
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like
raping everyone.
this was like the lower rent, like Last House on the Beach or something, Last House on Dead End Street, like the cast. That's exactly what this was. But I love 70s in general, the films, so this worked for me on just a whole new level. The last act is where it really gets going for me though. I mean, it takes a while to get there, yes, but once it did, it's totally worth it. For some reason I laughed quite a bit at the image of a Doberman on top of a bank teller's desk snarling. It's amazing. That image is just amazing. I don't know if it's meant to be funny, but it's funny. But yeah, I enjoyed this one quite a bit. This one actually really surprised me because, like I said, I expected a fucking killer dog movie, and that's not what it was. So I was happy. This was good. I enjoyed it.
Uh, I will point out that the reason this is G is because it was released before PG was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a GP rating at the time, but most of those retroactively became G when that went away. Just so you know.
What do you think, Dave?
I liked it. I liked it a little less than you guys, and I'll tell you why. I loved all the stuff with the dogs. I love a good heist. A heist is always a lot of fun, and a heist with fucking Dobermans is the most fun you can have. My problem was the people. Like I found them all intolerable. They were all just so painfully boring. Maybe if like our head con had some grit to him or some threat or some charm, but he's just like a schlub that's there, and it's like, why would anybody like follow this dude? He's getting you caught. He's the kind of guy that would go into like the bar and before even ordering a drink would brag to the woman next to him that he was about to rob the bank.
I did
So
feel like they were all meant to be like complete losers, though.
are
were all
they?
meant. Yeah, I mean
Are you sure?
You've seen the opening heist. They can't put a bag in a
Did see
car.
the opening heist. Yeah, I mean maybe, but I just did not care for them. They kind of slowed it down. And for me, the only member of the cast I had seen before was Julie Parrish as June, the lone female in the gang. And do you want to guess what I know her from? It's a TV show from the 60s. I bet you could guess.
The Prisoner.
No. It's the other TV
The
show from the
Avengers.
60s. It's Star Trek. She appears in the two-part bottle episode, The Menagerie, as a secretary in space. I do like the soundtrack. I agree with that. This is actually the first soundtrack from Alan Silvestri, who would go on to win a bunch of Oscars and Golden Globes for his other soundtracks, including Back to the Future and Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Forrest Gump. And
so funky.
yeah, like the dude had a hell of a career after this, including the Avengers films. Somebody had to start somewhere. But yeah, overall, this one just does not land for me because I find the segments when it's not a dog so interminable.
Hmm.
Just me. I don't know how this got 3 fucking sequels. I just don't. Unless they're all dogs all the time, then I'm on board. Fuck yeah.
Well, as somebody who was writing the essay for this dog exploitation book, I watched 3 or 2 of those sequels. So I can tell you how they went on to have sequels. But I remember seeing this on like an afternoon matinee, like it played at our local independent film or independent channel. And I just remember being completely charmed by the idea of, like you, Craig, like there's no way you can rob a bank with 6 Dobermans, or can you? And when they lay that premise out there, you're immediately buying in, going, how is this even possible? And as you said, like so much of the movie is them like kind of thinking their way through it. What could go wrong? What would we need to fix? How can we, like how can we adjust to this potential problem? And you've got all the kind of the interior drama of, there's no honor among thieves, and you got the old guard with, Sammy and JoJo and Eddie as our 3 main, loser bank robbers. And then you got Julie Parrish's character, and then you got the trainer, Barney. So you got kind of like the old guard, new guard, you got the dogs. I think there's such an innocence to it within this 70s exploitation milieu. Like you think, like you said, Tyler, you think this is just a straight up 70s crime movie, but it's with dogs robbing a bank, and you're kind of like, wait, what? It's like a Disney movie for adults, or a grown-up movie for kids. I just think it hits that really sweet spot of ridiculous, outrageous, and yet really entertaining, because you really want to see it happen. You're like, this is so ridiculous. I hope we get to the bank and we see it through, and we see how they can pull it off. And like you, Craig, that ending shot of J. Edgar running off is one that I just like, that has stayed with me my entire life. That was the reason why I volunteered to write this essay, is because I remember, like, in my mind, it's like an O. Henry story. Like, J. Edgar the Bulldog is still running today. And, 6 Dobermans
He's got
are
no
chasing
plan.
after
He
him.
doesn't know where he's going.
Nope.
He's just going forwards.
Yeah, and there are 5 Dobermans chasing after him. I said 6, but one of our Dobermans falls to a hit and run, and his teammate, God love him, grabs his satchel and brings it on because he's a good dog. He has no loyalty except to the pack. But I think this is I think it's, and I also love the fact that they name all of the dogs after like famous bank robbers, and Barney the trainer is like going, I wonder what they're training to do. I don't know. Oh, anyway, so yeah, and yes, Alan Silvestri's score is breathtaking and awesome. You talked about this in digging into the research for this one. So our director Byron Chudnow, he only directed these movies. He directed this one. He directed the direct sequel, and he directed the narratively unconnected The Amazing Dobermans, where they got some star power in James Franciscus and Fred Astaire and Barbara Eden. But they were trained by Carl Lewis Miller, and Carl Lewis Miller he went on to do the animals for Tobe Hooper's Eaten Alive, Day of the Animals, The Pack, Kingdom of the Spiders. Like they just kind of like, this was the beginning of their career of like being like these major players in these animal movies. So that was super fun. And this kind of launched a little mini Dobie exploitation, where we saw things like They Only Kill Their Masters and Trapped with James Brolin, where James Brolin is somebody who's stuck in a mall with like a bunch of like Dobermans that are there as guard dogs. So there was like this wave in the early 70s where like Dobermans were the scariest things around. You also saw them in like Dracula's Dog, and Zoltan. It's just there was just a whole moment there, and I just feel like it's fun to kind of go right back to the beginning where it all started.
I think that's actually what annoyed me about the movie and what really set me off early on is how hard they lead into breed fear tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? That's what I get. It's the '70s, but come on, these are the
Well, then the
bestest
Rottweilers took
boys.
over. The
Yeah,
Rottweilers took over as the resident bad boy dog.
and now it's pit bulls. Yep. There's always one you're told to be scared of.
We got a scapegoat.
Yeah, I think it just leans in a little bit too much in the first like 20 minutes, where it's like every other line. They're evil. We must put them down. It's like, really, guys? Come on, they're the bestest boys. Give
Well,
them a scratch.
Well, the idea that I've never trained Dobermans before. Yeah, well, they got to be Dobermans, because they look like Dobermans. And, he's got a point. You
Yeah.
get a Doberman staring you, like you said, Tyler, like if you got a Doberman up on your bank teller desk snarling at you, you're like, okay. And I love the fact that these Dobermans can tell counterfeit money from real money. That's just awesome.
I'm still giving it good boy pets. I am. Oh, you want the money? You can have the good puppy. Who's a good puppy?
But yeah, you can find Amazing Dobermans on YouTube. And I think you can also track down the sequel, The Daring Dobermans, which is a direct sequel. It picks up where this one left off. But you can find those out there. I can't find the TV movie Alex and the Amazing Dobermans or whatever the hell it is, but the 3 feature films that were actually in theaters, you can find those online.
Hey T,
Yes.
there's another one. I'm gonna let you do it. I'm
All
deferring.
right. So, The Blind Woman's Curse, which was Dave's pick, is about a head of a yakuza gang who is being trailed by a mysterious, vengeful, a blind woman. But I love this one. And I'm going to say this right now, Dave. This honestly might be one of my favorite Dave picks of the year thus far. Really, really enjoyed this one. Miko Kaji playing a lady yakuza with a giant ass dragon tattoo is not only sexy as hell, she's also fucking great in this. I mean, as she always is. I mean, Dave has picked almost every Miko Kaji movie ever, and she's great in all of them. But I loved her in this one. She's just so good in it. The sets are amazing. Set design, fantastic, just top notch. The costumes are incredible. I loved all the use of the red, the black, and the white. It's so aesthetically pleasing visually. It looks great. Everything. This movie looks gorgeous. I love how it's just a hybrid mix of different genres. There's some supernatural in there. They even throw in some comedy. There's some romance, some solid horror imagery in there as well, which I wasn't expecting. And all of it worked incredibly well together. It's a genre mishmash thrown into a blender of Japanese cinema, and it's wonderful. You get tons of that like signature like bright red blood. The fight scenes are great. I was a little disappointed in the lack of a final duel. I was expecting like this big duel at the end, and then we didn't really get that. But when we did have fights, they were great, and that's just a really really tiny little nitpick. It's short and sweet. The pacing is really good. Yeah, this was really good, Dave. I really enjoyed this one, but I've enjoyed every Meiko Kaji movie we've watched so far that you've picked. So yeah, good pick, Dave. Just enjoyed this one.
Don't
Shall
fight over
I?
it. Aaron can go.
Okay.
No, let Aaron go. Let's get some
Okay.
You want me to
positivity
go?
in
Oh,
here.
well, this
Yeah.
was complete. This
Yeah.
was such a surprise. I hadn't heard of this movie before. I'd heard of our director from Horrors of Malformed Men. And I love the fact you just never, like you said, Tyler, you never know where this movie's going. Like it keeps making these left turns. And you're like, what? Wait, is it supernatural? Like, is it a cat? What's with the hunchback? And you got all these alliances that keep shifting. I really, really dug it. And I'm thrilled that this one got thrust in front of me. So thank you for the recommendation.
Okay. I am actually a little torn on this one. I'm in two minds about it. Like we watched a bunch of Meiko Kaji films. You guys know how much I ball shriveling death stare. It's like a chief cinematic pleasure for me. I absolutely love her. And when you combine that with the credit sequence for this film, it's a great fucking credit sequence. The slow-mo, the freeze frames, the big blood red credits like splashed across the screen real wide. It's such a fucking cool fucking sequence. I was totally locked in within 5 minutes, and I was ready for another great Meiko Kaji movie. And for me, the film was just okay. Okay might even be a bit harsh. It's good, but it's the weight of expectations. A good registered as okay, just due to me being a little disappointed. Like, the cast are great. Cage is perfect. I like that she got to show a little vulnerability. She got to show a bit more range than just, I'm going to slice up your penis like a salmon roll and make you eat it. I like it when she has that vibe, but I like the vulnerable side of her. I liked, here we go, Hoki Tokada as not Zatoichi. That was a kind of sad, eerie performance. I thought she was really good. I liked Makoto Sado as AKA not Sanjuro. Like, the cast are really good. Like, the good guys are sympathetic and likable. The bad guys are really odious and hissable. Like, no problems with the cast. It looks great, like Tyler said. Like, the color palette, the lighting, the blocking. Like, I never used to get blocking. I kind of knew, but also kind of didn't. And then I watched Kurosawa's High and Low. I was like, okay, now I fucking get it. And I've just noticed it a lot more in Japanese films since. I guess it's like, theatre traditions in Japan that just work the film. But it's a really, really, just the way they go together. Just, it made some really like beautiful, like kind of, painterly compositions. It's a really, really good looking movie. The score is fantastic as well. Set design, like I said, really, really strong. What I had a problem with was the story. For me, for what is, for the most part, like a typical yakuza, like betrayal, backbiting saga, it gets wildly unfocused at points. I know that's what Aaron. Me, it didn't work because it's constantly switching up perspectives throughout. Doesn't stick to one character long enough, and I was looking for something to hold on, giving me that. Like, that end duel should have. I know there's like a tragic weight to it, but it's not hitting me like it should because I haven't spent enough time with these characters because we're constantly switching perspectives. Like, this is a phrase I won't use again, but for me, this film goes horny, corpse-licking hunchback too far. I needed it to dump a side character, dump a subplot, and be leaner and be more focused. And if you don't want to do that, expand the runtime and make it a proper ensemble. But as it is, it was kind of in this no man's land for me. It needed to make a decision between being simpler and being more in depth, and it just, like I said, it's in a kind of a no man's land for me. I mean, I dug it overall, it doesn't land its punches like it ought to for me, and it's no Lady Snowblood, no Prisoner Scorpion. It kind of pales in comparison. Like, I like it, but too much going on for me. Too busy, and I just didn't get I just couldn't get a hold of anything. I couldn't get a hold of it, and that just meant that I wasn't as invested as I could have been, unfortunately.
That makes me sad. And it just underlines that how many of the Stray Cat Rock movies you missed when we were going.
Oh, I love them.
Meiko
I've seen a couple of them, and I love those as well.
Yeah, the first few are really good, but then there's 6 more. I think you
Oh,
missed
Christ.
most of those. Tyler didn't. It's why he's resentful of me sometimes. You see like, I'll be talking to him and he'll just stop and he'll be like, "Yeah, I fucking remember Roadhouse 71, fucker." And it's like, "Hey, me too." I really liked Blind Woman's Curse. The Japanese title actually is Kaidan Nobori Ryū, which translates to Ghost Story Rising Dragon, which is even like the best title ever, I think. I enjoy it because I think it's different. It's a fun little hybrid of not just Yakuza movie, but a lady Yakuza movie and an absolutely ridiculous uh, ghost story with a black cat and a magic blind lady. No, it's not Lady Snowblood, but it's not female prisoner scorpion in any of the female prisoner scorpions. It might not even be Wandering Ginza Butterfly, but it's a fun one. It's something different. It's it's good. It is. I think it's only Kaji's third film, maybe after because it's before Stray Cat Rock, and
I think
it's
it came out the same year as the first Stray Cat Rock.
yeah. It might have, but it's like just before, but it's after what was it? Outlaw Gangster VIP, which is another one we haven't watched quite yet, but I think it'll be right up Craig's alley because it's got Tetsuya Watari, which
And
might be his.
Bunter, yeah. I've seen the first couple. I really like them.
Yeah. So, I enjoyed it, but I can see why it wouldn't land for everyone. I mean, it's he had the same issue with it that I had with the Doberman gang. I liked it, but it just didn't grab me as I wanted it to. So that's it, guys. It's time to pick one, and since Aaron's a guest, I'm going to ask him to pick first.
What am I picking?
Which one? Which one would you pick if you had to pick one? Because we're sending you off to a desert island. You got to pick one of these
Oh,
movies. Which one
God
would you
damn
pick?
it! Really?
Yeah, that's it. Pick one.
I'm gonna pick Blind Woman's Curse only because Doberman Gang is committed to memory. Because having seen it at a formative age, I don't need that one. I've got it right here, and I definitely would like to go back and revisit Blind Woman's Curse because it was. I like the fact that we got kind of an invincible hero type. We got 2 badass females. We got another female who's really helpful. We got some really, as you said, Craig, some odious villains. There's a lot to like here, and they're all familiar elements. They may at times remind me of other movies that I'd want to see again. And so, yeah, I'll go with Blind Woman's Curse.
There's a really nice 2-disc set from Arrow, by the way.
I saw that right around the time that I couldn't find it streaming. I'm like, well, shit, I could order it, but I'd need to have it right now.
I bought it and I've been sitting on it for so long. I have this stack of Meiko Kaji that I'm just.
Had you seen it before, Dave?
I hadn't. This was a new one on me.
Oh, cool,
So that's another reason why it gets a bonus. I hadn't seen the Doberman Gang either, and I think if I had seen it as a child, it would be a tougher call for me.
Mhm.
Craig?
God damn it! I feel like I'm a troublemaker at this point. I'm always going the way with things. After I let Tyler, can I take away your sweep?
Yeah,
I just had more fun with the Doberman Gang. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's the good boys. My vote's
not
going
plotting
to
against you for revenge.
those good little boys.
Tyler's already bought my vote for next week, so you can say whatever the fuck you want. T?
Yeah, I liked both. I like both a lot actually, but I got to go with Blind Woman's Curse because I just think it was just visually gorgeous, and yeah, I really like that one. So yeah, Blind Woman's Curse.
I'm also going with Blind Woman's Curse.
God, I'm a piece of shit.
I don't feel bad that I had my vote bought for next week. Speaking of, it's Craig and Tyler's turn again. Fine.
Am I sharing my special pick as well, or am I just
Yes,
doing?
give me your
Okay.
special pick also.
Okay,
So I
for
have
the
it written down.
special, we are watching Female Perversions from 1996.
I'm shocked
And
by that.
yeah, how shocked were you? Like just 1 out of 10, just shocked. But for next week, guys, we're watching a Tyler favorite, one that just got on a nice shiny new 4K steelbook. We're watching Belly, starring DMX and Nas.
How have we not watched Belly yet? We've been doing this for 7 years.
I don't know.
Like
I
that was
picked
like
every
number
other-
4 on your list on episode 2.
It was. Then I picked like other DMX movies like Never Die Alone and Cradle to the Grave and just all those first.
You
But
thought of 400 other DMX movies to watch first. I got
save the best for last.
I fucking love Nas, but I have not seen him act. He hasn't done a lot of acting, so.
Treat, wink.
Yay! I am trying to like make Tyler happy after I took away. I've just taken away sweeps and wins, draws, and I'm just a terrible human being. I'm trying to just give Tyler something that he really. I think I'll enjoy it too. It's the 1974 Italian Euro crime and the cry of a prostitute.
Nice.
Well, that title is special.
Some Henry Silver for you.
Ah,
Being even worse than me. Imagine it.
I don't think we've
Nice.
done any silver yet.
I don't think we have.
Nice. Hey, Tyler,
Yes.
do you mind giving the folks the business?
Of course. We're on Instagram, Raiders_of_the_ podcast. We're on Facebook, where I sometimes remember to post stuff on Wednesdays, sometimes Thursday, sometimes Friday. You never know when that's going to pop up. Kevin has an awesome YouTube channel where you can like and subscribe and watch all his videos, sometimes weekly. And we have a Discord, we have a Blue Sky, and you can always email us at raidersofthepodcast@gmail.com.
AC, where can people find you on the regular?
If you Google Horror 101 with Dr. AC, that will take you to a variety of options. You got the blog, you got the YouTube channel. We are also on Spotify and iTunes and wherever you get your listens. Please do stop by, because in October we're going to be doing our Scare-a-thon fundraiser 2025, which will be the 15th iteration thereof. 15 years of sharing and scaring and caring. So please do come check us out.
Nice. As always, thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for listening. AC, it's so good to finally have you on. We talked about it for years. And it's glad that we finally got
glorious. Thank you so much.
We won't wait nearly as long for the next time. Once you're on once, you're like, you go on the speed dial and we're like, we'll debate. We'll be like, who should we annoy this time?
I was like, who do I got to blow around here to get on this show? I mean, it seems like it shouldn't be this hard.
The truth is, we thought you were too classy for us, and that was usually what it's like. Should we ask Aaron
again?
Like, no, Aaron's too good for this. And it's like, are you sure? Yes. That's why Kevin's not here. He didn't want to see you demean yourself to our level.
Yeah. Well, I was like going, is Kevin and Dave, are they the same people? They've actually never been on the show at the same time. I've actually never seen them in the same place at the same time. Like, maybe this is a thing. Maybe Kevin is just Dave's wacky avatar, and I'm impressed by it.
No, I've heard Dave's Scottish accent, and they're not the same person. I promise you.
I did do a whole tour as a stage tech like 20 years ago, talking like this the whole time, and nobody fucking noticed.
Americans like, why is that guy doing that accent? I don't know.
See, they have absolute terrible ears. It was horrible. Where was it? Oh yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you next week.
Delightful. Thank you
next week.
Yeah.